We looked at a lot of things. We looked at, obviously, with the concept, what the food would be, the sort of inner workings of the contestants. You can have a really good food idea. You can have a beautiful restaurant, well designed. It can be value oriented. It can have all those things. But if there's not a person behind it driving it, I mean, I'm in my restaurants almost every single day. And so if there's not somebody really driving the restaurants, if there's not really a passionate person behind the restaurants, they can't work. They can only work for a short period of time. They can't work for a long period of time. And so I was really looking for somebody who I thought was really going to be dedicated to this, that this wasn't just, I'm going to win the contest kind of thing.
Right.
And so that's really important to me. Well, you know, as a chef, the food is the most important thing to me.
Right.
But I still know that there has to be somebody behind the food. Because if you come up with a food idea and you just put it out there, if there's not the person behind the food making sure that all the little details are being taken care of every day, then the restaurant goes down the drain. Slowly, but it goes down the drain.
Or
no.
whether
So it was like a jury. We went around and around and around and around and around until I finally got what I wanted. I mean, the three people on the panel, I thought the panel, I thought it was a very good combination of people. We come from very different backgrounds. We have a lot in common at the same time, and ultimately we all wanted the same thing. That doesn't mean we all wanted the same person ultimately, but I think that we all sort of work together in unison and as a team to really pull us together. The locations were picked by the guys who run Chipotle.
Okay.
And so, you know, they're helping us manage it. Well, I get offered a lot of different jobs on television, but I thought that this one was really something that I felt so comfortable with. It's what I really do in my everyday life. I'm a restaurant owner, I'm a chef, I'm an entrepreneur, you know, and I'm a businessman, but I'm a restaurant businessman. And so to me, it was very exciting when I actually got offered to participate in this. And I think that I think one of the things that really separates this show from a lot of the other reality style shows is that, you know, we're actually investing our money in the restaurant, so we're actually putting up our own money. So, I mean, you know, as a judge who's deciding if, you know, somebody dances better than somebody else, or, you know, or sings better than somebody else, if you make a decision, that night you can easily go home and sleep.
Right, it doesn't affect you.
Right, but if we make a bad decision, it's hard to go to sleep at night because we know it's our money on the line. I think that the Grillbillies have a very viable concept. You know, grilling healthier food, flavorful food. I don't know that they had their act together to actually do it, but I think their concept really started looking good. You know, I think that Eric from Meltworks, you know, it's not the first grilled cheese idea. There's several successful ones out there, but I think he's good. I think that he really has his act together. I think that in many respects they had an advantage where they were a couple. They had two of them as opposed to one. But also on the other side of it, I think it ultimately hurt them a little bit because I thought that he had a lot of really smart ideas, and I think that she was the boss.
Right.
And so I'm not sure all his ideas really came to play, and so there was a little chaos there, and I think that sort of was their demise. They're going to Las Vegas, and they're going to Caesar's Palace, where I actually have a restaurant, Mesa Grill, and Caesar's Palace is this great big, you know, beautiful hotel, and so they're going to have to cook for a lot of people. They're going to try out their concepts and their food to a lot of people, and then someone else will be eliminated, and then you'll see 3 restaurants basically come to life before your very eyes, you know, leading up to into the last
finale,
episode. And then you'll know who wins.